one of the major reasons why people aren't getting married is because a lot of men don't want to commit anymore. They're terrified of the thought of divorce proceedings and the financial implications of it. So you've got a whole vast group of men in the last 10 to 20 years who are saying, I don't need this commitment. I can just live with them.
Okay.
And that is why there is that change in the statistics. There's also a drop-off a little bit of divorce statistics because, of course, if less people are getting married, less people are getting divorced.
Of course.
But the statistics of people living together are increasing.
Really? Is that what I do? I always find it very interesting when someone is so willing to put in writing that they don't understand the difference between criticizing a person's opinion and criticizing that person directly.
So I am now taking applications for a husband. So, yeah, I'm 28 years old. 29. I'm 29 years old. Comes with 3 kids. If you know how to do basic, like cutting a yard, or fixing some plumbing, or, you know, just what a man should do, I am taking applications. So please send me your application. Bring a resume. I need to know how many mamas you have, and how many kids, and what you do for work, and if you're annoying, and if you're toxic, and yeah. Please and thank you. I would really appreciate it.
There is no bigger turnoff than being around a man who thinks he's doing you a favor by being around you.
Well, they're not entirely wrong. However, let's actually make that statement correct. There's no bigger turnoff than being around any person, whether that be a man or a woman, who makes you feel like they're doing you a favor by being around them.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
So there's something that we have to talk about. It's pretty serious and it really keeps coming up, so I think we should address it. And it's my age and ethnicity. Well, the thing is that I'm not in my 20s, and I wouldn't think that I look like I'm in my 20s, but the men hitting on me, oh, they're in their 20s. So I think we need to address this. I am in my 30s. On the late end of 30. 39, actually. And let's talk about ethnicity. I'm not Hapa, I'm not half. I'm white, like super white, like English, German, some French. There's a little bit of Italian and Portuguese in there though. So a little mixed, I suppose. But just so you know, that's the deal.
I love this, and I especially love it if she's the one that bought those for him. This type of like light, playful energy in a relationship is how you keep it going long term. And also, I'm assuming she might be tanning or something, so they're both doing what they want together. I feel like more couples need to do stuff like this because sometimes there's pressure to do the same thing as your partner every single day, every single time.
The new relationship is not special, okay? They're going to portray it as if it is. This is their soulmate and their true love and like the perfect partner. Right. The reality is the new person is simply a new audience that hasn't seen the yet. The mask hasn't slipped yet. That's it.
But I think a lot of it was, why be alone when I can have another woman stroke my ego, stroke my, make me feel whole, you know, take care of things that I don't like to do around the home. Like, why would any narcissist want to learn how to clean their home or organize their life or lay out their own outfits when they can just move another supply in and it's all done for them immediately?
So monkey branching is the narcissist lines up their next relationship before leaving the current one. They swing from one relationship to the next without ever being alone, just like a monkey swinging from a branch to branch.
Oh, someone doesn't like me. I can't tell you how long it's going to be till I recover from such devastating news. Now, this comment, in which this person is making an awful lot of assumptions about me, I'm assuming primarily based because of what I look like, made a rather interesting video. And this video someone that I know stitched. So if everyone would like further context of the type of videos that this particular individual is posting out there, please, by all means, go see the video that this one came from.
A lot of these modern women are treating men's loyalty, men's patience. A lot of men are long suffering, and modern women are treating it like, I'm owed this. I'm entitled to this sort of thing. You don't respect a man, you don't appreciate him, and then you wonder why the man stops doing what he was doing. It's not rocket science.
If your husband doesn't generate dates, it's because dates aren't important to him. That's why it's on you to generate the date. And he'll want to know where you want to go instead of picking the restaurant. Why? Because he wants to make you happy.
So are dates more for women than for men?
A lot of times, yes. Whatever's important to us, if I'm asking you to be accountable for something that's important to me, and I ask you what you need, I'm hoping what you need from me is going to be the initiation of the whole process. Men don't care a lot about what they like to do or want to do. No, I don't want to load the dishwasher. Will I? Yes. If it makes a difference for her. And I don't have to load the dishwasher the way she loads the dishwasher. Unless I'm certified. That's the tail end. Anything that you cause, like with what you're going to learn in the Queen's Code about how to tell a man what you need, it'll have it done once. If it's not appreciated, it won't be done again.
Move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you.
Oh my gosh, this is such rage bait for men because he's literally right there. You don't need to look for another man or hope for another man to look at you that way. He's right there, and most likely, absolutely, he's in your friend zone because he's looking at you like that, and you're either not registering it or you're just completely in denial and you don't want him for whatever reason. But in the end all, this is what is so frustrating for so many good men out there that put in effort towards women, and then she'll actually turn around and say, I just want to find a man just like you. Like, he's right there.
I don't care what anybody says, but a guy should always be paying for dates. I already know the men are going to come in my comments crying and screaming. I don't care. If you're okay with splitting the bill, if you're okay with taking turns paying, if you're okay with being the one that's paying for most of the things, fine. That's on you, girl. But me, There are men out there who are literally paying for full-blown vacations for women, flying them out, paying for every single thing they could ever want. And you're gonna let a man make you split on a first date? Some men are providers and some men aren't. Some men want to give you the world in that aspect, and some men want to do 50-50, and that's fine. That's not what I want. I'm sorry, but if I'm having your baby, if I'm giving birth to a whole human and going through everything that I have to do for that, I am not doing 50-50. It is not a crazy ass bitch. There are so many men out there who do it, trust me. And if a guy is asking you on a date and not paying, stop. You'll never hear from me again.
The huge advantage that men have in the dating world is that they can become more attractive as they age. These are 3 easy ways that men can make themselves more attractive as they reach their 40s and 50s. Number 1, whatever is happening up here, own it. If you're losing hair, a shaved and oiled head is hot, but if you're not ready for that, get a cool hat collection. 2, let your skin age. Don't get Botox, don't get a facelift. Some wrinkles are attractive. Okay, but you also don't want to look 80 when you're really still 45. So use an easy to follow skincare routine that actually keeps your skin clear and healthy. That is why I like Tish Hanley. It is simple and consistent and easy to stick to, and it also just works. There's a reason why so many creators and thousands of guys swear by it. And because Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's advice, they're offering 40% off your first box plus a free gift. Just use this link. Number 3, buy a quarter zip and thank me later. Especially if you layer it with a button up underneath, like your physique will have never looked so good.
A lot of these modern women, they want a man to continue to pursue, and they have no interest. A woman was saying something like, oh, well, you know, it's a no now, but, you know, keep on pursuing and maybe in the future it'll be a yes. No. If I come up to you, and usually men try, If they come up to you, they probably tried maybe a couple of times, and you say no. Okay, well, like they said, no means no. Let me get out of Dodge.
Fellas, how are we feeling about this? He made his girlfriend a Hello Kitty bouquet all by himself. Then this guy says, this is how every man starts. Godspeed, little bro. Number one, I hope this guy right here can stay in this mode for as long as he can. My goal for him is to find a girl who really appreciates this and stays with him for life. Because men, we are the real romantics. Women receive romance, we give romance. And here's what happened to almost every guy watching this. We gave romance over and over and over to the wrong girl, and basically women beat romance out of us to the point where it's like, yo, y'all ain't worth it. Because every guy watching this right now has a villain story where they did something so beautiful, so nice for a girl, just for her to hook up with the football player or the other guy. And you're like, wait a minute, I did all this for you and you did that to me? Like I said, hopefully he can stay this way for as long as he can, and hopefully a girl doesn't beat the romance out of him.
Dude, great work. Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. His wife.
This man is that walking definition of that good man that says, I'll figure it out. He could have had no idea how he was going to do it, but he was going to get those babies out of the house. And I bet you anything, his wife just needed some rest and he was giving that to her. And when those babies fell asleep, he got like overly confident and was like, you know what? I'm gonna run some errands to the Home Depot. But him not having an appropriate stroller on hand was not going to stop him, because he probably owns one, but I bet you anything it was left at home, and he wasn't gonna go back home and disturb his wife. No, instead, this man, he problem solved, he persisted, and he figured it out. Just like most men, when they approach a problem, they will try this, they will try that, but they will persist even when those first two things fall through, because he is the only one that is going to figure it out.
This is why men ignore women's signals. Because at some point in a man's life, he's picked up on signals that have been coming from a woman, and then he's acted on those signals, asking her out or whatever, and then he gets hit with the, oh no, I was just being nice. I'm not interested, I was just being nice. I'm just a nice person like that. That's just like who I am. Like, I'm just a nice person. Okay, but I thought those were signals. Because, you know, other girls, when they're being nice, they don't do all of that. In fact, when other girls do that, usually it's because they're interested, and I've acted on that, and now I look like an idiot. So now, anytime I think that a woman's giving me signals, I just ignore it. Because I don't want to go through that experience again. That was so embarrassing. Until a girl literally sits on my face. I'm not... Sorry, I don't know why I use that as things. That's what she does. I'm still like, maybe she's just being nice. I don't know where that came from. I'm so sorry. But, like, it is true. I need a girl to really, like, grab my face and be like, I like you. I do see the signals. I just ignore them. I'm just like, She is acting differently from the other women, but it could be she's just friendly. She's just nice. I'm just a nice person. I'm just a good person like that. Off! Other women need to call out those women. Those women are ruining it for you. Shame them out of that kind of behavior. Because now you give off signals and then men are ignoring you and like, oh, he's not interested. He might be interested. He just doesn't want to be embarrassed. That's not good for the women either, is it? So, I don't know why my voice is so high. Like, I'm so animated and upset about this. It's really not that important.
And my hot take is anything shared with a man is not princess treatment. He got you that apartment that y'all both live in, or that house that y'all both live in, and he's paying all the bills. Even if he's paying all the bills, if he lives with you, that's still not princess treatment.
Just stop and think about this for a second, though. Was he supposed to spend thousands of dollars on you specifically? Buying you gifts? For what reason? To collect dust in your closet? Or constant flowers that he has to replace every few weeks? And if you have this attitude going into the relationship where you're not going to appreciate any efforts that he does, it's going to fall apart really fast. And that also doesn't encourage him to do more for you. Paying all the bills, like if he's paying the rent and all the living expenses, that's a lot of money. And yes, he would have to pay a smaller amount if he lived by himself. I mean, because technically he could get a smaller place. So, I mean, I would argue that's still specifically for you, especially if you have your own little space, whether it's your own bathroom, your own room, your own corner. But if you look at relationships purely transactionally like this, you'll never have a happy relationship. I actually feel really sorry for people like this, because being around someone that you actually love and enjoy being around, you can live in a cardboard box outside, and while that would that would suck. Their presence, their jokes, their overall personality, and being around that energy can make you so happy. And to not even see relationships in that type of light at all, only see them as a walking wallet, that's really disturbing.
A lot of these modern women, I've heard modern women talk about, I want a man that chooses me every day. If he's not an F yes, then he's an F no. Stupid stuff. But then fool around and make that man an option. Think about that woman who, I think it was a clip where she was talking about, basically a man is on the back burner. I choose my friends, my family, my job, almost quite literally anything else. And even though I really like him, he gonna come last. Cause I don't know him.
And actually quite a few posts back why they do not approach women anymore. And sisters, they got in them comments, about 400 comments. And we getting ready to start. Number one, I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. I might have to do a part 2. Y'all are looking for studs? Y'all not polite. Sisters, y'all not polite. Oh. Me Too and feminism. Apparently, they are afraid of being accused of SA. Everyone looks the same. No one stands out or is original. Ooh, the system, social media has destroyed y'all. Ooh. Y'all are not safe. Okay. Y'all said y'all prefer a bear. Now we gonna have to expound on that because apparently there was a poll that says women asked who they feel safe around, they said men or a bear. Y'all chose a bear. The men are salty about that. So I recently
Yeah. Super wild. But I agree with some of it. I think that men are definitely checking out due to the fact of the disrespect, for sure. Women are very disrespectful about and rude and mean about men approaching them. They make it seem as if they are God's gift to earth. I even heard one day a woman talking about, oh yeah, every gym I go to, man, they just approach me so much that I can't even work out. It's like, dude, you come to the gym with this these tight clothes on all the time with a ton of makeup on. Don't get me wrong, she wasn't a bad fit woman. She was nice fit, curvy. And of course, if you come to the gym almost like when you got that tight type of stuff on, you gonna look almost as if you naked. Your figure's showing just perfect. So you already attracting more attention than need be. If you really didn't want that type of attention, then wear loose clothes. Don't wear so much makeup. So yeah. Try with that.
The problem with some women is they confuse a man's passion for being needy or desperate, and then they write him off early. Sometimes he pleads, he raises his voice, he tries to explain to you, and he lays his soul on the table because he's trying to keep the relationship alive. He's not trying to win anything. He loves you and wants to be with you. But you treat that intensity like a weakness. And then you end up with another guy later that doesn't show any passion. And then that man, he goes silent because he no longer feels it's worth it. His efforts weren't acknowledged. Things didn't get better. You train him and teach him that expressing his feelings just makes things worse. So he finally gives up on being understood. Maybe you think, I didn't do that, but you actually did. Through 1,000 little dismissals. One eye roll at a time. You telling him he's overreacting or shutting him down, and now you're crying because of his silence that you created. And men, just because you go silent doesn't necessarily mean you've given up. Sometimes you have to choose that because nothing else has worked. You were told to communicate, and you tried. You expressed your feelings, and every time you did, you were mocked, ignored, or even punished. So now you're detaching, and that's a natural response. You can't keep that effort up forever, and it's understandable. When women panic about men going silent, it's because they often miss being pursued while they didn't do a whole lot. They never imagined that man would eventually stop when he noticed that it was unequal in effort. And now you want his fire back? Men, tell me if this has happened to you.
The talking stage for a lot of these men has become, and really talking stage dating is almost kind of like the same thing. It's an unpaid internship. 6 months goes by, I'm trying to prove myself. I'm trying to tell you that I'm all on board. I mean, even if you don't even get to 6 months, I'm still trying to prove myself. And you sitting back there with your legs crossed and your arms folded, like you don't got to do anything. And men are walking away from that type of foolishness. That is not a good deal. It's not a good deal at all. You're not, you're not that cute. And your attitude is terrible.
For my mans out there, why are you guys not approaching women? What is that about? What is that about? I have seen so many hot guys lately, and we make eyes, we exchange the look, we have the look, and then there's nothing else. I'm like, are you gonna come approach me? Hello, I don't want to be the one to approach you, okay? Because that's not my man's. My man's has, you know, the ball that he has, and he's not afraid to come up to me and say something, say hello. So if you're a man out there, you know, you guys have a reason, use them. And don't be afraid to approach women, because we don't want to do that, you know? This is just a pro tip. Okay.
There is an epidemic that we need to talk about. Why is it that men ignore you in person? What's going on? And you know what? You're probably thinking this has only happened to me once and not making a video about it, but no, this has been happening years. It's years. So, for example, when I was in college, I was hanging out with this guy like on and off for a while. And I would see him at the bar all the time, and he would never say anything to me, which was just, oh my God. But one time, my best friend went up to this girl that he was standing next to that he was like friends with, and she starts talking to her, and I'm with my friend, obviously. He looks at me, eyes wide open, and then turns around, walks away as fast as he possibly could, all the way out the bar. All the way out the bar. And then 30 minutes later, snapped me and told me to come hang out. I was like, no. There are more. This one guy, I was snapping him for months. I would see this man at the gym all the time, and he would never say hi to me. Never. Ever. And you know what? One time I was working out right next to him for like 20 minutes, didn't say a word. And if you think that's bad, it's really not, because the same guy, one time I had literally just Snapchatted him first, by the way. I was in the Uber, my friend and I get out of the Uber to go in line for this bar, and we see him getting in line for the bar. And
no, my little car talk of the day is, why is it always the person that you can't have that you want? Like, why does it gotta be you? I don't understand it. Like, why you? Out of all people, it has to be that one person that you literally know that you can't have. And it's like, I dream about you. I think about you. I want you, but I literally cannot have you. It just don't make sense. Like, why become obsessed with somebody you can't have? What's the reason? What's the point? And I catch myself doing it. I'm like, bro, I just want you, and I literally can't have you. And it'd be like making me wake up every day like, dang, that's the person I want, but I literally can't have you.
Someone sent this question in. Hi, Layla. Any practical advice for a recovering people pleaser? Firstly, I love that you're recovering. I think being a people pleaser starts when you're a child, because you are probably seeking approval from those around you, and you're scared to kind of make noise or rebel or stand up for yourself, and you just want to sort of get by and sneak under the radar and just keep everybody really happy. And of course, that kind of follows you into adulthood. I think the best place to start with getting over being a people pleaser is to very gently and slowly start establishing boundaries. People think of boundaries as this negative word, but it's not. As we get older, we have to realize that we have to put ourselves first. If you're not putting yourself first, nobody else is going to do that for you. Surrounding yourself with the right people is a great place to start. So if you feel like in order to be loved by the people around you, you have to cater to their needs and people please and be available 24/7 and fix their problems, that's not a friend. I don't think that's someone who has your best interest at heart. So I think revising the people around you is really important in this recovery phase, let's say. You can say no. Saying no is okay. You don't need to justify, you don't need to explain. And you'll realize slowly that with the right people around you, they will love you as you are. I say no a lot. Some people might find that difficult or annoying, but my friends understand me and understand that about me, and they still love me. If I had friends that were getting upset with me for canceling a plan or saying no to a plan, that's probably not the right friend.
The funny thing about all of this stuff is that modern women are thinking men are leaving because they found something better. But it doesn't always have to work that way. Some of these men are leaving because they're tired of the foolishness. They're tired of the chaos. You don't bring them peace. So he might not even go out there looking for another woman. He might go out there and just be alone in his own house. He might try to call him and he may pick up. What you doing? Sitting in my house with the lights off in silence. Trying to be left alone. I was about to play the game. What do you want?
So I saw this video the other day and I thought it was so funny because I related to it so much. There was a woman and she was out with her friends and she was like, someone better hit on me tonight. I'm sick of this. And I was like, ma'am, I feel you so much. Because I never get hit on in person. Like, I get a lot of messages online and stuff, and I'm single, so I'm on dating apps, but just like at the grocery store, men don't just come over and say hi, like, how are you doing? They don't do that anymore. And so when I do meet men, and I ask them, I tell them, like, I don't usually get hit on in person. Would you, if you saw me at the store or wherever, would you come talk to me? And sometimes they say yes, but a lot of times they say no. And it's usually for one or two reasons. The first reason is because they assume I'm not single, which, like, sir, I'm walking around here with a ring-free hand. Like, why are you over there assuming things? But the second reason is because they said that women find it too aggressive and they don't like it. And I'm like, who are these women? Like, all the women I know, the single women, they appreciate it when a man is respectful and they come over and say, hi, you look nice or whatever. Because if we're out and we're dressed up, we look nice because we made an effort. And we appreciate it when men or even women, a fellow female comes and tells you you look nice. So I'm trying to encourage you because I feel like men are scared of rejection, but let me tell you, the world is full of rejection. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. And I will say that most women, they're not going to growl at you for telling them that they look nice or saying hi. I'm not saying none of them will, but let's be honest. If you say hi, you look nice to a woman, she growls at you, she did you a favor by showing you the crazy up front, because that could be 6 months down the line and then you see that crazy monster. I'm just saying. I mean, she could just be having a bad day, but, if she's going to be rude about you telling her she looks nice, she's probably not a nice person, so just leave that one be. But for the rest of us, we appreciate a respectful man coming over and saying hi. And if we show signs of not being interested, no sweat off your nose, keep it moving. It's not that serious. But on the other hand, you guys could really connect and be on a date next week. So I say all that to say this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you see that beautiful woman, go take your shot. Go take it. She's over there waiting for you to tell her how beautiful she looks tonight, okay? Go forth, be bold, and flirt. And come say hi. Just say hi. Wave. Smile. It all works.
Women nowadays have objectified themselves more than men, and yet the men are still getting blamed. Let me explain. Men got to a point where they said, fine, we'll respect you. We're not going to look at you. We're not going to touch you. We're not going to make any single advances. You can see it here on the internet that men have given up approaching women altogether. So what did women do? They got on the internet. They're posting their boobs. They're posting their butt. They're being revealing. But then they're upset about the men in their DMs or the men in their comments or men being creepy when you all have objectified yourselves and you're still blaming the men for it. The fact that we have more women on OnlyFans than we do in the professional workplace tells you a lot about how women are contributing to their own objectification and sexualization of themselves. The irony of women complaining the way that they do is that there's gray sweatpants season for a reason, where women spend an entire winter sexualizing men and you don't hear the men in an uproar. So let me get this straight. When you're being sexualized, it's not okay. But when men are being sexualized and objectified, it's okay. And the bottom line is, everyone knows that a woman's currency is attention. So y'all do this for attention and then claim that you don't do it for male validation. Just admit it. It's for male validation. The internet has convinced a lot of these women that they're 10s out of 10, so they automatically assume that a man walking down the street, looking at the scenery and people around him, that means that he's looking at her and finds her attractive. Well, newsflash, not all men are gonna find you attractive. It just sounds like another excuse to blame men, but the reality is that women have objectified themselves more than men, and the men are still getting blamed. Okay, bye.
Good morning. I'm gonna post a clip
This is probably, I don't even say I hate people, but this probably got to be the worst on the internet right now. Listen to this, yo.
Send that woman some money for some groceries this month. That's what you can do. You steady screaming how much you like her and you want to take her on a date. But you got to be different. You see she got kids. She don't want to go on a date. Put some groceries in her house. Help her out.
If you ever wondered why I got up here with so much pizzazz and think they date that, it's because of like this. What the you mean I'm supposed to give my hard-earned money to a who got 2 kids by ain't shit? Because I'm supposed to give my money to her because she made some bad life choices? So I'm supposed to fill her fridge up? No, you need to learn your lesson. Stop having kids with that you know can't provide. My hard-earned money to a who not only has 1 but 2 kids by ain't shit. Because mind you, you said your baby father ain't, but you went around and had baby number 2 by him. So I'm supposed to go in my wallet and pay for some groceries for 2 little that don't even belong to me? Is this stupid? Get this off the internet. What I can give you is a little bit of advice, meaning wrap it up. That's what I can give you, some advice. Wrap it up. Christmas is coming. Put a bow on it. Put a bow on that whack ass. Maybe it's not whack because you keep having kids, my fault. But nah, ain't nobody giving you Stop getting up here thinking that it's supposed to reward you for doing bad. That's like my mother still throwing me a sweet 16 after I get pregnant as a teenager. Are you f***ing stupid? Like, is this crazy? Gotta be. Stop listening to this. Y'all be in his comments, slurping his. Mind you, that probably a get with y'all and not give y'all a dime. Goodbye.
Good afternoon. So it's been brought to my attention that a lot of you don't know that y'all are simps. I can tell by the way that y'all are writing so many paragraphs in my comments. I'm not reading that SSN, not Social Security, you super simp. Yeah, that's y'all. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit. I'm gonna make y'all day a little bit worse to show y'all why you the game up. Niggas is like, oh, I'm a simp because I want to fill up a girl's fridge. I like, yeah, you're a simp. I'm gonna tell you why. That same girl whose fridge you trying to fill up just had her mouth filled up with. And to make matters even worse, stupid dumb nigga that filled her mouth up with. Didn't fill up her fridge. Didn't fill her passport up with some stamps. They didn't even fill her stomach up with some food. He filled her mouth up with $87, $89, $93 worth of. That's gas if y'all ain't know. Yeah, the same. Y'all make 2s and 3s feel like they 10s, and y'all make feel like they're pure when y'all do that stupid shit. These bitches out here for free, and here you come along trying to make feel higher than what they are. I want to fill up fridges when really y'all filling up egos for real. Just be whack, and then they come around real with all that. Oh, I just with that dude. We seen the T-app. No, you don't. You that got doodle stains in their pants. We seen all them dirty y'all was posted. Cut this shit. You sitting don't know that y'all are simps because y'all don't got friends around. Y'all was raised by single mothers. Y'all don't have no riz. Y'all don't know how to talk. Y'all don't play for the Memphis Grizzlies. Look at you trying to fill up her fridge and it's probably never gonna link you. She using you because she's giving it she like for free. Stupid. And that's why y'all is always end up on the news for choking her out because you spend all this money on her and she don't give you no. Y'all be tight. That's why y'all be up here getting choked up out. Have a blessed day, dry, empty wallet.
A lot of these modern women like to blame the manosphere and red pill for making men bitter, for their relationships dissolving. What it is informing men, and an informed man makes a different decision. I would say a more intelligent decision versus just being ignorant. You know, it's not really radicalization. It's more of education. Bars. And I know y'all don't like that. Obviously, I'm not advocating for, just going out there and putting your hands on women and talking to them crazy. But before you step into a relationship with a lot of these modern women, you need to be informed of what you're getting into. And that would go for even if red pill wasn't a thing. Period.